India leads the world in teenage depression. 1 out of 4 teenagers in India is facing depression in one or the other way. And yet, in the glossy world of social media, everything remains under the carpet. Over the years of my experience of leading teenagers' workshops, numerous counselings, and research, what I have noticed is there are some underlying emotional triggers which lead to such a disturbing situation. Unfortunately, those triggers are so unconscious and always work in the background that as a teenager, one never realizes what exactly is going wrong. Hi, this is Angel Rajguru, a teenage psychology expert from Growth Vidyapeeth. This video is brought to you by Growth Vidyapeeth. And today I am going to talk about 9 such triggers. I recall one incident. It had so happened that after one of my sessions, I was on my way back home and one of my mentees called me and started crying. So first I calmed her down and asked her what happened. She said that she had a huge argument with a friend in front of everybody and it kind of ruined the entire party they were in. She explained the entire episode to me. I heard her out and then asked her, what is it that's really bothering her? And she was like, I don't know, ma'am. I just don't like the vibe here. Since the time I've arrived, I'm feeling so uncomfortable. So I calmed her even more and then asked again, what is it that is causing the discomfort? And then she broke down and she said, it's not fair, ma'am. She always gets whatever she wants. She always convinces everyone that she is better. Everyone likes her. Everyone is always around her just because she has so much money and comes from such a rich family and all. That is why. And that very moment, I stopped her and asked, do you think it's the friend and the people around or the fact that you don't have as much money as her is causing this reaction in the first place? And that's when she realized what exactly was causing her the pain. One may not be aware, but these triggers are different for everyone and are rooted deeply in your childhood. The kind of atmosphere you experienced while growing up, the things you hold within yourself now act as triggers and can anytime set off an unpleasant behavior or reaction. In today's video, I am going to discuss 10 such triggers. Trigger 1. I am not rich. This is the number one trigger in teenagers, that I don't have enough money. Not being able to spend money the way you want is what making you restless. Have you noticed you are so irritated at home and always reactive? This also comes from a hidden trigger that my parents don't have enough money, not having enough money to throw a party, not being able to go for fancy dinners, not being able to buy expensive clothes, not having the latest smartphones, not being able to go abroad for future studies. All these are triggers and they set your mood off. They make you feel angry and irritated and restless all the time. This is one of the reasons why you feel so much anger when with parents or end up having fights at home. Become aware of this trigger and remember, whatever you want to have, you can have. You can earn your own money and build your own empire. Trigger 2. My parents aren't cool enough. Shreya's mother is so cool, yeah. She's so friendly and dresses so well and speaks such good English. I wish even my mother was as cool as hers. You end up comparing your parents and feeling embarrassed of them. I have seen teenagers, they wouldn't want to take their parents to big restaurants as they don't dress that well. Some feel ashamed of the fact that your mother is a housewife or your father does a mid-level job in some small company, and this makes you feel small. This feeling over a period of time becomes a trigger. Your parents don't match up to your expectation and this frustrates you. Become aware of this feeling and remove it from your system completely. They are your parents, they love you unconditionally. They have given you everything to the best of their capacity. Your only job is to love and respect them. If you feel they don't have so many experiences, then take them with you, give them that experience. Don't ignore them. Ignore this trigger. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Trigger 3. Do I look good? Just one glance in the room and if you find someone looking better than you, your mood changes. You would either act aloof or become over-friendly. Without your awareness, you stop being you. You would be all fun-loving and cheery person in real life, but you act out all weird. You become so conscious then how you're sitting, how you're talking, is anyone watching you or not, and if you're convinced you aren't looking that good, there's an instant drop in your energy and your behavior changes. This causes a great amount of stress and extreme self-consciousness. Remember, you look the way you are. If you are happy, you look happy and people will automatically like you. Trigger 4, social media. I don't even need to put it out there to tell you how much it affects your life. I have seen students literally panic for not having enough likes on a particular post. In those 15-20 minutes, you're completely losing control over yourself. You're yelling, you're crying, checking your status multiple times, you're checking others' profiles. You feel nobody likes me, nobody loves me, nobody wants me. You are a complete mess. Sadly, no amount of followers or likes or comments are enough for you. You just want more and more of it. It's like you're competing 24/7 and you are literally torturing yourself to come on top. The words Instagram, Facebook, Twitter have control over your moods. If you don't receive a WhatsApp message in 2 hours, you start panicking and feeling lonely. It's high time you take control over your social media. They are just apps and you cannot allow it to rule your life. Trigger 5, results. Well, no matter how many best friends you have, if your friend scores better than you, undoubtedly you are jealous. It's kind of a little shocking for you as you all have put the same amount of hours in studying, in fact studied the chapters together, still how come they managed to score better? Also, it goes without saying, results matter a lot in the family. Not just your parents, but even you feel a little let down with yourself if you don't score as good as your sibling or cousin or friend. This feeling continues even in other spheres of life. You start feeling incapable and less worthy and results in many little outbursts, eventually leading to anxiety. Trigger number 6, college. Another trigger rises with what college you go to, as that is how today's youth judges and defines status. This, as reported, is one of the most common sources of stress in youth, getting into a good college. If you are going to a posh renowned college, you feel you are superior to all, and if not, unknowingly you suffer an inferiority complex which comes out when you go to such fancy places. Trigger 7, having a girlfriend or a boyfriend. One of the major reasons for feeling lonely, unwanted, sad, depressed, or experiencing pain is the lack of having a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Being in a relationship is one big deal for you. If you are single for a long time, you somehow start feeling there's something wrong with you. You think the validation that you are likable and lovable comes only if you have a partner. As a result of this, lot of times you feel unfit or left out. It affects your well-being every single day, resulting into sleepless nights, unhappiness, and unknowingly you form a wall around you. Just remember not to overstress yourself with the need of being in a relationship. It will happen when it's meant to happen. Trigger number 8, family issues. An unpleasant family atmosphere is one major contributing factor to your mental health and ability to deal with pressing situations. If you have seen lots of fights in your childhood, it would affect your capacity to deal with a tense situation. It may so happen that you would panic in such pressing situations, or you may be completely numb standing in one corner. You may end up making random decisions or inaccurate choices, which in return causes stress and anxiety. By becoming aware and forgiving your family members, you can overcome this. Trigger 9, abuse. It disheartens me to say that in my career of 14 years as a trainer, I have come across almost 80% of my female students sharing me some sort of physical abuse in their past. Most may be about an inappropriate touch, some may be about something extreme. Even the abuse with boys is increasing by the day. No matter the size of abuse, any form of abuse leaves a mark on you forever. The effect of such an act is way deeper. You go through an emotional and mental turmoil. You may not even know how to react, hence, you may end up overreacting. As a result, you may become impulsive and oversensitive. In some cases, the victim becomes an extreme introvert and might struggle to have social conversations. Trigger number 10, bullied or catcalled. Being consistently bullied or called by names can have a huge impact on your mental stability. Do you think you can take it or handle it? I'm sorry to say, you cannot. You have to deal with it. By not taking any action, you are telling yourself that you are weak. And this thing works as a trigger when you are asked to perform in front of a crowd. You may have experienced it yourself. Even though you are all prepared, yet you weren't able to give your best. This is a block caused by that incident or the word you've been addressed with. This may finally result into experiencing anxiety and low self-esteem. You may also undergo an episode of depression. Take help to stand up against your bully and restore your strength. These are some triggers you can become aware of and work on them consciously. Remember, you can easily combat the mental health issues when you have the right guidance and coaching and support. Do let me know in the comment section if you need any help in any area of life. I'm more than happy to help you. Till then, happy transformation.